Americans who's been overseas. What's one thing that made you go, oh shit, we're not in America anymore? I went to Jordan as a kid in 2007. My very first experience there when leaving the airport was witnessing a pickup truck driving the
wrong way on a highway with a goat in the back.
Standing in a small grocery store in Okinawa, Japan, I could see the top of the shelves. Mrs. left her handbag on a train in Japan, called Junior Line. They found it and delivered to her home address, on the same day. As a Brit, I'm in awe. Sorry you said American peeps. When I was fresh out of high school and got to Germany and I could just walk into a bar and get completely shit-housed with other kids my age. Good times. Riding the tube the first time in London and hearing the overhead speakers say, "A service to Cockfosters," I internally chuckled, and looked around and no one else was surprised or cared. A very small thing. When in theatre in London they sell ice cream at intermission. That's so small, yet such a change. I ran into a person in Canada. Totally my fault. And he said sorry first. This made me realize, "Are you fucking blind?" was not the only response to it. I asked for a bottle of water in Iceland. The guy just shakes his head and goes, "You don't need that," and filled me up a cup from the tap. A lot of coffee shops in Europe have booze. When I realized restaurants and bars weren't open at all hours of the day. You want to eat, you got to do it around lunchtime or come back at dinner time. Not open in between. When I saw the thermometer at the airport in England and it said 15 degrees, I was like, wow, it must be cold, and then I realized this is very different from America. When I went to Italy and everything moved slower. No sense of urgency, just people living in the moment. Driving in countries without proper road work or control is awful. Everybody is driving mopeds, holding babies with no helmet on, going on the highway.
It's just kind of a holy shit moment.
We took our 10 and 12-year-old boys to Italy, and when we sat down at dinner they brought wine glasses for 4 and asked if the boys will be enjoying wine with dinner. We had lunch at a cafe in Australia. My wife whispered to me, "You didn't leave a tip." I loudly replied, "Because we're in a civilized country." The first thing was when I saw a guy shoving a cop, and the Japanese cop was just taking it and saying, "Come on, calm down," in a whiny voice. Turned right at a red light and the other person in the car started yelling, "What are you doing?" My spouse cracked her leg skiing in Switzerland. Doctor, X-rays, cast, crutches, no insurance, 200 euros francs. Less than my deductible would have been here. Gas prices. We are spoiled in the US in that department. I was in Thailand and saw a family of 4 on a motorcycle in Bangkok. That was alarming for a Midwestern American to see. Living in Egypt currently.
The first time you see what traffic looks like in a third world country, you're on the brink of a heart attack.
When I went to Tokyo and realized there was no trash anywhere and it was just really clean. Like I wouldn't have felt bad sleeping on the ground. Not having to tip. Went to Ireland. I only saw one police car the whole time. Ordered a beer at a McDonald's. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.